Alright, so whenever you can't get in your cockpit easily, this is not New Atlantis. If you're wondering how I know, gotta cut that out. This is New Atlantis. Now, as I was saying before, if you cannot get into your cockpit like I could not before, by pressing A on Xbox or E with computer, and here it is okay to not wear any spacesuits because Atlantis has been terraformed and the planet is named Jemison.
Hey, Bosco! What, no marriage? Let me guess. Protocol Indigo again?
Your memory is uncanny.
And he's your new captain. My crew can take a look at your ship, and you can stop by the Trade Authority kiosk if you need to offload some cargo. The Trade Authority runs a vending kiosk next to my booth. It's just off to the side, near the ramp. Besides that, Jemison Mercantile is your closest shop if you're looking for a bit of everything. That's further in, past the security checkpoint.
Alright, where can I go if I need more crew for the ship?
I would try the viewport. It'll be on your left once you get into the plaza.
I'm not sure how much I got, so
Everything looks good here. I'll be at my booth if you need me.
and I didn't think that I scratched the paint on the frontier. So this is where you go to trade. Well, at the moment I don't need that. And I've got 3 of these. I've got 8 of the normal ones. And only 1 of them. Okay. And that's why I sold the normal one. Okay. So now we can sell that. Which gives us a fair amount of credit. Apparel. Oh, we've got a new one. They're hinting back to the Fallout series with the word synth there. No radiation, no airborne. And that should do for the moment.
Hey, what can I do for you?
And let's see. I got 74 out of 135.
This unprovoked attack on the United Colonies Research Facility.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving.
And the reason why she's looking over there.
Okay, no bounty. You're clear. Enjoy your visit.
Is that it's a quest or something. Got all different passions here.
This is New Atlantis Transit, or the NAT. It provides free transportation throughout the city. We can take it directly to the Mast District.
And when I first started the game, last year, I didn't really get the hang of that map, and I actually jumped over it and got caught in some of the cliffs on the other side.
The water is quite aesthetically pleasing, or so Barrett has told me. New Atlantis relies on advanced hydroelectrics for most of its power.
Among the stars before.
We may be in a United Colonies city, but Constellation is an entirely neutral entity, and always has been. Here we are, the lodge. The front door should unlock if you hold up the watch that Barrett gave you. I have messaged the other members of Constellation. They will be waiting for us inside.
Oh yeah. To tell you about the watch that Barrett gave us, you see the little circle on the left bottom of your screen where it says O2 and CO2, that is your watch face. It's like your Pip-Boy on Fallout 4. It is your navigation compass, as you see when I turn. The O2 is all in white, your CO2 will be all in red, and if you hit CO2 all in red, it will damage your health bar.
Captain Cole, everyone will be in the library, just inside. If Barrett were here, he'd probably tell you that you're part of something bigger now, and he hopes you'll make this place your home.
Easiest bet I'll ever win. What I'm suggesting is so outlandish. All the phenomena we see out in the stars, and what I'm suggesting is the possible theory.
You two keep going on like this. I'm banning wages. I'm serious.
We'll play nice. Just a little friendly conversation, Sarah, that's all.
Now, before we introduce ourselves, let's do a hard save.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about. Would you care to tell us what happened to our friend? Why you're here and he isn't?
Why don't we start with telling me what Constellation is?
Very well. This is a private organization dedicated to exploration. Space primarily, but also anomalies throughout the settled systems. It's inherently dangerous work, so if one of our own doesn't show up as planned, then we tend to have questions. Speaking of which, where is Barrett?
Well, she's basically said who they are, but we're gonna ask, who are you?
Sarah Morgan, Chair of Constellation. That means anything you discussed with Barrett is my business. Now, if you would please answer my question.
Pirates attacked. Barrett asked me to deliver the artifact.
I see. Vasco, verify.
All statements made have been factual.
This is just typical. Barrett hands over our ship and our robot to some random employee of that discount mining outfit he uses.
Walter.
And if we hadn't insisted on installing those emergency protocols, I guarantee you this rock breaker here would be halfway to Neon.
But that didn't happen. She's here, with the artifact.
Thank you, Matteo. Now, let's focus on what's in front of us, shall we? What happened when it was extracted? Did anyone see anything? Hear anything?
How many times has this happened? Who else has had these visions?
We think it's anyone else who pulls one out of the rock for the first time. Why? We're not sure yet. So if you wouldn't mind adding another data point.
Oh yeah, there was an AC/DC concert, and after that I saw John Farnham live in concert.
Interesting. Similar to Barrett's description of the experience, with less embellishment.
Are you hearing this? Do you all believe me now?
Whether it happened or not wasn't in doubt. You expect us to believe in fairy
If this is the greatest mystery in the universe, why couldn't it be part of the ultimate mystery?
But gentlemen, can we please focus? Noel, I think it's time we tested your theory.
Right. Let's see. We know the artifacts react to each other. The pieces we already have move when they're in close contact. Now, if we add this new one to the two we already have...
The artifact. If you can place it on the table here.
That's it. Just like the others.
To imagine. We thought there were only two of them at first.
Oh my god, that's it. They're reacting. Look at how it's coming together. That energy that's arcing between them, no manufactured material in the settled systems can do that. None of them. This proves...
Easy, girl. Breathe. You'll have a heart attack.
She's not the only one. If they're coming together, that means there's a set.
Built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
Still 2,000 credits for our little wager, Patrick?
You're on, Walter.
Well, if you had all the answers, it wouldn't be exciting. Now would it?
Not to take away from the moment, but what are we going to do about our new friend here?
So, are you ready to get to work? See if exploration is the life you want to lead in this little universe of ours?
How much do you know about the artifacts? What are they?
Individually, they're just odd hunks of metal. Another oddity from the uncharted reaches of space. As to what they are, what they're building, well, you'll be part of solving that puzzle now.
You want me in Constellation? What does that mean? What's expected?
We're all here because we're committed to exploring space. Humanity may have settled the stars, but that doesn't mean we should stop diving into the unknown. Beyond that, you'll be expected to use your own judgment, just like the rest of us.
Alright, I'm in. What happens next?
You should take some time to get settled in. Introduce yourself to everyone. Some of our members aren't here, but you'll meet them soon. Come find me when you're ready. You and I are going to be doing some traveling together. Get your feet wet. And here, I think you've earned something for bringing the artifact to us. In addition to credits, why don't we set you up with a backpack with some boost capability? You'll need it out in the field anyway. Just mind your head.
Oh, first, before we talk to Sarah, let's get to know the other two men in this situation.
Curious feeling, knowing that you've seen something that no one else has. That you know something no one else does. Well, I suppose calling you a rock breaker may have been a bit out of line.
I've been called worse.
Still doesn't excuse it. My frustrations lie more with Barrett, not the first time his shenanigans have jeopardized one of our ventures. Not fair of me to take it out on you, especially since it would seem he made the right call this time. So, let's start over, shall we? Walter Stroud, CEO of Stroud Eklund, member of Constellation, and oft-times grumpy old man. Welcome aboard.
Glad to be here.
By the way, in addition to a place to stay, the Lodge has a wealth of modification and research equipment. Spacesuit customization, pharmaceutical manufacturing, testing alien substances, the whole thing. You can even fashion industrial pieces for large-scale projects, if you don't mind extracting a few raw resources from a nearby planet, that is. I'm a fan of self-reliance, so I encourage you to make use of the tools we have to build what you need.
This isn't where I'd expect to find a CEO.
Funny thing about companies, you build one sturdy enough, it doesn't need you there all the time to prop it up. Stroud Eklund functions quite well on a day-to-day basis, leaving me time to devote to more esoteric pursuits. For years, I was captivated by the writings of Constellation's founder, Sebastian Banks. I finally decided to do something more than admire from a distance, and so now I call the Lodge home, as much as anywhere else.
Let's ask him what he thinks.
Up until very recently, I'd likely have dismissed it as, I don't know, hallucinations. But now, I'm not sure what to think. I don't suppose you have a history of this sort of thing, do you?
Oh, sure. I see lights, hear music all the time. It's a non-stop party in my head.
Well, clearly the sarcasm center of your brain is intact. I'm no scientist. I leave that to the likes of Barrett and young Noel there. But I think we can all agree there's something unusual going on here. Frankly, this is the most exciting thing that's happened in years.
What kind of company is Stroud Eklund?
We're most well known for ship manufacture. No expense spared. If you want the best and can afford it, you choose Stroud Eklund. Unfortunately, our success means you'll sometimes see Stroud Eklund ship modules on less than reputable vessels. They covet them. The bastards. I've tried to convince the United Colonies we can help in that regard, but they're married to Deimos Star Yards, and those old salts are stuck in the glory days.
Well, what's your role in Constellation?
Me? Why, I'm the wallet. Someone has to fund all this, and all my success in business doesn't mean much if I can't put it to good use. I don't pretend to have the daring of Ms. Morgan, or the smarts of young Mateo, but I can make sure that they have the resources they need. And, as you've now seen, those resources aren't being wasted. We're onto something big here.
Okay, and now we've finished this conversation.
Remember, you're representing all of us out there.
Now let's meet...
Bet you never expected to end up involved in something like this.
Coming in soon, Walter.
Are you doing okay? I'm not sure anyone really asked yet. Don't want you to think we're focused on the artifacts and nothing else. You matter too. You've done something really significant bringing that artifact here. I'm Mateo, theological scholar by trade, but now, well, an explorer like you. It's really good to have you with us.
What brought you to Constellation?
Well, there was some overlap in interests. I'd spent years searching for religious relics from human history. I had made a really incredible discovery, only to lose it to a greedy corporation. So I tried to steal it back. In the process, I met Walter. Turned out he owned the corporation. After a long talk, we realized we had a lot in common, and I was invited to join Constellation.
These artifacts all came out of caves?
Second one was on Kazaa, buried the same as the one you found. But the first one, right under our noses for years, sitting in storage, masquerading as an oversized paperweight. Can you imagine potentially the greatest discovery in human history collecting dust?
What do you make of the vision I saw?
I'm not gonna lie, I really wish I could have seen this for myself. It's hard to judge otherwise. Both you and Barrett saw something. I don't think that's a coincidence. Did it feel like it was trying to tell you something? I don't want to necessarily use the words divine revelation, but, you know, if the label fits.
If it meant something I didn't understand, I know it's important I can feel it. You think it was a religious experience? Oh, I think I'll go with this one. I know it's important I can feel it.
It has to be, right? All of this is connected. We just need to figure out how and why. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We just need more data, which means more artifacts.
And that's him taken care of.
Take care of yourself.
Well, Godfrey.
So now we talk to Noel.
As much as I love uncovering new questions, I wouldn't mind if you answered them.
Here, you know?
I wasn't born yesterday, you know. I bet you have your eye on something.
Alright. There's a chance that a 15th century edition of Aquinas' Summa
That was intense, wasn't it? The artifacts, I mean. Sorry, this must all be a little overwhelming for you right now. I guess a lot overwhelming, now that I think about it. I'm Noelle. It's really nice to meet you. And thank you for bringing the artifact to us.
You seem to know a lot about these artifacts.
Oh gosh, no, I mean that's flattering, but really, we're making this up as we go. Until you arrived, we only had the two, and the vaguest sense that there was something more at work. There's still so much we don't know, and that means a lot of work ahead of us.
I was wondering about other types of exploration other than artifacts.
Of course, there's plenty of planets out there that no one has ever set foot on, and everything we learn about them is valuable. We have a board where we post anything specific we're looking for. A type of alien flora or fauna, or a planet with a specific quality, like if it's primed to have life but doesn't yet.
How long have you been working on all this?
Well, Constellation's been around forever, more than 50 years now. But we only became aware of the artifacts recently. Barrett discovered the first one about 2 years ago, right under our noses. And he was the one who got this all in motion. It's a shame he isn't here to see this.
The vision, what do you think that I saw?
Oh, right, that. If we're approaching this rationally, I suppose we'd call them visual and auditory hallucinations. What you perceived as lights and music could be overloaded neural input, your brain's attempt to make sense of something. An energy surge, some other phenomenon.
So there's a reasonable explanation.
There might be a reasonable explanation. I wasn't there. I didn't see what you saw. I'm just not in a position to say for sure. That's okay. Now that this has happened to both you and Barrett, we can know to maybe expect it in the future. Be a little more prepared. We're all in this together now, right?
Let me know if I can help you learn more?
Well, right now nothing's off the table. Metallurgical analysis, chemical composition. I'm looking at everything. One thing I'm really trying to improve is my overall database of xenobiology. I don't know if it will help in this case, but the more we know about, well, everything, the better off we are, right? Speaking of, if you're going to be out there looking for more artifacts, you're bound to come across some interesting specimens. Anything organic, I'd be happy to take it off your hands.
Organic stuff, got it.
There's a galaxy chock full of resources. The more data I have, the more thorough an analysis I can do. And if it sweetens the deal, I can pay. Pretty well, too. Walter's pockets may not be bottomless, but they are pretty deep.
I've got resources for you.
Great, let's see what you have.
Sarah said something about a place for me to stay.
Planning on sticking around then? Good. I think we can find a spot for you. And along the way, I can give you the very abbreviated tour. Right. So you've seen the library, obviously.
My wife and I have something.
Walter's quite proud of the collection, but Mateo has made more than a few contributions. Gardens are out the doors there, if you need
My
a
wife
moment of
is
quiet
therefore decided.
contemplation. Emphasis on the quiet part, at least
to
usually.
our business here.
Let's head upstairs.
For both our sakes.
Sebastian Banks, Constellation's founder, had this place built decades ago. It was a big to-do at the time, but most people in the city have forgotten we're here. So this is the bar. Usually no tender, so help yourself, within reason, of course. Now let's see about that room. You're in luck. We were almost at max occupancy already, but there's still one room up for grabs. It's been nice having the place so full. Okay, this'll be you. Common room on one side, so that'll be quiet, and Mateo on the other side, so maybe a little less quiet. I'm sure Sarah has something planned for each of us, so I'd better get back to it. Don't want to keep her waiting too long. Enjoy!
Oh, and this was the room that she pointed out, so you know. But I'm gonna follow her out. Just so you get to look at the...
It's been quieter around here ever since Vladimir went to live on the Eye full time.
And yes, we will get to meet Vladimir. Maybe in the next episode, I think. Or... yeah, it'll probably be in the next episode. Ah, there's a Constellation. Constellation Guide. Permanently reduces fall damage. But I didn't see how much percentage.
You've got something for me? So, are you ready to get to work? Or was there something else?
Okay. How well known is Constellation?
I don't know what you've heard, but I can imagine. First of all, I think you can dismiss any stories about us no longer existing. I don't believe in smearing our name everywhere we can. Exploring the universe, charting the unknown, that's what counts. Besides, having a little mystery gives us room to maneuver. A fixed reputation could fence us in a lot of ways.
So basically saying to the Crimson Fleet before we got here, opened a whole can of worms because they know that I'm with this group. What is Constellation? What do you do?
We're explorers. Humanity has always hunted for knowledge in the unknown. We just take that a little more seriously than others. We were founded decades ago by a man named Sebastian Banks. He wanted a small group of people from all corners of the settled systems dedicated to the biggest question of all. What's out there? These artifacts could be everything we've been looking for. Another great secret the universe is asking us to unravel.
And when I said that opened a whole can of worms, that could have, because if Bethesda allowed, say, that train of thought to progress through the storyline, they could have hunted you down to here and you'd have a all-out war. But I guess they thought, well, you're all
is there something wrong?
You're already having an all-out war in the black. What do you know about the artifacts?
Not much, but you've seen them for yourself. It doesn't take a lot to realize we're dealing with something extraordinary. Just what that is, we'll have to figure out. It's what we do.
Okay, I'm ready.
We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually, but a tip from the UC Vangard sounds promising.
Legwork never pays off quite the way you expect.
You've done this before, eh? Wise words. If we watch each other's backs, we'll be fine. But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more about us. I'm going to be sticking with you for this. We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Got it. You, me, until we get that artifact.
We'll need to head to Mast. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact works. And listen, whatever you were before, or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep. Every member of Constellation is their own conscience. Understood?
Look how mean she looks. Sounds reckless. An An organization should have rules.
Those are the rules. Advance humanity's knowledge to the best of your ability. As long as you do that, I'm not here to judge you. Now, let's you and I get over to Mast.
She says with a mean, grim
So,
look.
Noel, Constellation
I am
living
at
up
your
to your
service,
expectations.
Captain.
It's a dream come true, Sarah. You know that.
I'm glad to hear it. You could have done just about anything. So, it's important to me that you feel valued here.
Okay, maybe not every single day does the dream come true. But the work we're involved in, the discoveries we're making, it's all worth it.
Well, little snippets like that I like, because you don't always get to see it. Alright, let's get past the cops. I still call them cops. Even though I know it's just basically security. Nah, that's a side quest.
It's amazing to think that this tree predates New Atlantis. Can you imagine all the changes it's seen?
That NNSS is a news corporation.
Citizens of the United Colonies to the best of your abilities, and to uphold the values of the Vanguard, honor, loyalty, self-reliance in all your actions as members of the United Colonies Navy. I do. Then I'm proud to
Oh, okay.
welcome you to the Vanguard. Now,
Yes, I will be joining the Vanguard, but a little bit later.
Sarah, good to see you. Who's your friend?
Hopefully Constellation's newest member. Thought I'd run through some legwork together.
Another space explorer. Hey, you ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, earn some credits, even get your UC citizenship?
Nothing, so I'd rather star charts than fight wars.
Whoa, where have I heard that line before?
I say the same thing every time John tries to get me to re-enlist.
I surrender. Can't blame me for trying, right? Alright, here's what I've got. Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moira. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol system. Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised. Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me.
Okay, who's Moreira?
Oh, he goes way back. I think he was recruit number 81 or something.
Wait, what's wrong with the Sol system?
You kidding? Lowest posting request rate in the whole fleet. Only thing there the UC cares about is Mars. And no one wants to go to Mars. They want to get off Mars.
Well, if I use this or this one, he'll get his back up. He'll back up in a twist. So we'll go this one. We'll talk to him. I'm sure we can make a good offer for it.
Sol system is a lot of planets, but a vet like Moira will be checking in at Sidonia on the regular.
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh between patrols.
Did you say, did Moreira say where he found the ornament of his?
You'll have to ask him, but Vanguard volunteers have retrieval rights if they get into a scrap. Wouldn't be surprised if he found it off of a pirate or something like that.
Anything you can tell me about Cornelia? Or Cordelia?
Yeah, bring a coloring book. Get so used to seeing red, you'll forget what blues and greens look like.
A bar in a spaceport. Sounds like home.
It's definitely a lifestyle, burning helium out there, seeing where the stars take you. I'm serious about that recruitment offer, by the way. You just come talk to me when you're ready. UC is a good friend to have.
And as it states there, see John about joining the Vanguard. Now, let's see. This one's 30, gives me airborne, 20 radiation, no airborne, no radiation, 20 against thermal, and 10 against corrosion. Why is that? That should be working. Alright, let's put the other pack on again. I don't want that. Stop working out your gun. Did not need to reload. And if you were wondering what I was doing, I was trying...
I have a feeling today's going to be a great day. Don't you agree?
If you're wondering what I was trying to figure out, I was trying to figure out which button it was to start up the booster pack.
I've flown across most of the settled systems in all manners of spacecraft, and yet I still get sick on the nat. I've always liked that statue. It's beautiful, isn't it? I wonder what the artist was trying to represent.
I used to have it set up on Y.
The well's been having brownouts all the time.
Security scanners, chemical sniffers. United Colonies sure isn't taking any chances. Off right away, or do you need a little bit of time?
We're taking off right away. Okay, and yes, I always check that get rid of these autos. land. Okay. Now, as you see, the whole Mars atmosphere is coming into the ship. That's why I did not go to the downstairs section.
Suppose that would explain the brownouts. So, what's it going on?
Building Sidonia completely underground was a clever way of keeping the city shielded from the harsh Martian landscape.
Alright, now that we're inside the place.
How much money we spent to hitch a ride to this dusty red rock? We were told there were jobs.
Look, get it. Just last time.
Over here, you can collect missions or clear your own down.
I got the wife and kids at home. We can't wait.
Mining takes all types. Young upstarts, former military, ex-cons. If you can lift a tool and haul ore, you can mine.
So before I speak to Trevor over there, just in case I have to redo this section.
Just can't make ends meet under the old rate.
I heard they found another new freshwater deposit in one of the mines. So, the famous inquiry process.
Not everyone needs to come to me with their problems. I'm a psychiatrist. You ain't been around. Went off on patrol. Hasn't been back in since. We're starting to think it might be time to pour one out to the blackest sea.
I'm not about to leave a brave soldier behind. Help us find him.
You in the service? I know the feeling, but you just get so used to losing people. Look, nothing more I'd love than to help out a fellow Martian. Especially one that's missing. But
He has a tab, and you don't know if he's coming back.
It's a lot of credits, okay? I let it slide for a long time because he's a regular, but if I'm out all that money, I got problems. What do you say?
We can persuade. He could need help. Shouldn't put a price on that.
Come on. Life on Sidonia ain't hard enough. You gonna guilt trip me?
We could go for a medium hard, which is 4. Isn't he your friend? Don't you want us to look for him?
Of course I do. It's just... Alright, I give up. Just trying to earn a living here. Last time he was here, Moira kept yelling about the Lady of Love. Singing songs. All that kind of thing.
Venus? That's only one planet. Hardly an entire patrol route.
I got what I got, okay?
Fine. We'll make do.
Alright. So it says to go to Venus, but...
Pardon?
A friend offered me a nice cushy office job, but I'm making double out here at the Sidonia mines.
Can't believe we're still pulling up huge mineral deposits after all this time.
But right now, I'm going to put the helmet back on.
Of nests.
The reason why I laugh, I've gotten to a certain part of the story, so I know why. I'm not spoiling it when I'm on YouTube. Alright. Alright, let me pause this game for a minute. Alright, the hour is up. So episode 3 is now done. Well, a little bit over an hour. Maybe after a couple of edits, it'll be an hour and 4 minutes. So, with that being said, I'll see you in the next episode when we go look for Moira and his ship in episode 4. And I'll let you on a little secret. I always bypass Venus. There is 2 reasons why. One, the dogfight when you're at level 1 is extremely hard. Yes, some people can do it. I'm not disputing that. So I always congratulate those people because they can do it better than me. but I found a way to get past Venus to get on with the storyline to find Mara, or whatever his name is, and complete the mission. Now, with that being said, I'll see you in episode 4, kittens. I'll do a hard save here, and this will let me know that episode 4 will start from here.